Hi my dear readers, this is Simona Rich, and at the moment I'm in Delhi. I just got here, so I'm resting from the 3 flights that I had, and I thought I will just write an article about how I'm feeling, because I recently started taking estrogen. So in this post, I created this post just to update you about that, and in this video or podcast, depending which platform you're using for this, I'm going to read out this article. In the previous post, I explained why I started taking estrogen therapy so early and what it is. In this post, I will focus on what happened after I started taking this hormone and why I stopped, at least for the time being. As at that time I was in Spain, my options were limited as to which form of estrogen to take. I would rather take estrogen in a cream form, but I only found Evopat estradiol. I don't know how to pronounce this. Estradiol. Yeah, Evopat estradiol patches, which did the job. I also took progesterone, because that's what you're supposed to do if your uterus is still intact. So this information is for women because it's about the female hormone that we're talking about. I took progesterone in the form of medroxyprogesterone because this is the one that doesn't affect hair growth adversely. Most forms of this hormone do when you're taking it as a supplement. Even a better option is to take progestin chlormidinone, as it can improve hair condition. You can read the studies of improved hair growth as a result of using these hormone types in the article found at helloclue.com, and I have a link to it in my article. However, I couldn't find that particular form of progesterone, the one that encourages hair growth, in the pharmacies nearby when I was in Valencia in Spain. I'm now resting from my flight, so when I settle a little bit more in India, I will check if the pharmacies here have chlormidinone. So the results, as I said, I used medroxyprogesterone in combination with estradiol, and I noticed very quick results. Keep in mind, however, that progesterone has to be used only for around 13 days in your menstrual cycle, and different types of estrogen are used in different ways also. Some are used continuously and some aren't. So the fastest result that I noticed after starting what is called hormone replacement therapy was an improvement in moods, especially a few days before my use of it. I would sometimes get unexplainable low moods, though they weren't connected to everyday happenings. It's so sad to see many long-term vegetarians and vegans suffering from low moods. They can't understand why they have them. It might be because their estrogen is low if they're female. The body produces fewer hormones when it tries to sustain itself on such diets, especially vegan diet. So it's worth checking for low estrogen symptoms found in my previous article, and when you start using this hormone, the moods instantly lift. Another immediate improvement was in my body endurance. I noticed that I can do my daily exercise with greater ease. I already was finding the exercise easy after starting to eat meat, but this is another level of ease. Yet another effect is increased sexual desire, and many women report this happening to them when they start hormone replacement therapy. Many long-term vegetarians and vegans have no sex drive due to the low levels of this hormone. After a few more days of being on HRT, I've achieved the purpose of taking it in the first place. My eyes no longer felt dry, so there was no more tearing in response to that dryness. I suffered from this condition for a few years, and I actually was blaming laptop use, and I went to doctors and they thought maybe it's an allergy, but actually it's not. The doctors weren't able to help me, and now I eventually figured it out myself. So I couldn't be happier that now my dry eye problems are no more as a result of taking estrogen. I didn't notice any improvement in the condition of my hair, but maybe because I'd been using this therapy only for one menstrual cycle. After that, I had to stop because I started noticing the symptoms of the excessive dose of this hormone. My symptoms were not listed as estrogen overdose symptoms in health websites, for example, but all bodies are unique in some ways. I know my body well, so I'm aware of the fact that if I introduce something new and there are new reactions within the body, it must be from that new introduction. So I noticed that I started experiencing great difficulty in falling asleep, and I felt like my adrenal glands worked more than they were supposed to, giving me that extra wakefulness that you need in emergency situations. My heart started beating faster sometimes. Finally, on the day I stopped taking it, I started getting weird. So on the day I stopped taking it, but before I stopped taking it, I started getting weird knee and back pains, continuous ones and heavy. And I experienced a shooting pain in my left arm. I felt heaviness and pulling sensation from the waist down. I knew then that it was time to stop, so I removed the estrogen patch after these developments. That night, I fell asleep much easier, and from then on, there were no problems with sleep, pains are gone, and that extra wakefulness is no more. So now I'm enjoying the benefits of estrogen, whilst the side effects are gone. I will know that I should resume this therapy if my eyes become dry again and if my hair starts thinning. But then I will take half the dose that I did. I wore an Evopad 50 micrograms patch before, as I read the research that this is the smallest dose that gives results. However, since I'm starting to use estrogen earlier than most women, since I'm not menopausal, estrogen is still produced in my body, probably in adequate amounts. So this means that I don't need to take even that small dose. As I said, the next time I feel the need to supplement, I will take only half the previous dose, which is then going to be 25 micrograms. So in conclusion, I'm very grateful to the universe for helping me find the cause of continuous tearing and drying of my eyes. Now that annoying condition is no more, and it was so annoying. For example, I would go with my boyfriend for a ride, and I love motorbike rides. I just love them. And then because of the wind blowing into my eyes, when we are driving, I would just start tearing up. I would just start tearing, and it was embarrassing because people might think that we are arguing whilst we are driving or something like this, and I'm crying because of that or something like this. So it's embarrassing, and sometimes I would get into such situations, in public situations, where tears would start falling from my eyes, and it's so annoying. And now that condition is gone as a result of taking estrogen. So I'm so glad. And there are so many things that happen when estrogen is low, like your hair starts thinning if you're a woman, and there could be a dryness of throat, and there could be hair growth on chin. Like, there are so many symptoms, but I already mentioned them in the previous article, so it's good to check it, because some of them could be serious. Like, people can experience depression as a result of low estrogen, and they would not know what is causing it. Like, they would not connect the dots. They would not understand why they are unhappy when everything is okay in their lives. And this could be as a result of low estrogen. So that's why it's so important to check the symptoms. And if you still are not sure, you can also do a blood test to determine whether you are deficient in this hormone. So I stopped taking estrogen as a result of the signs of overdose, and I will, but I may resume taking it if the dryness of my eyes returns. So I will update you if there are more developments about this, and if you also were using this supplementation, then please do share your take on it in the comment section below the video if you're watching this on YouTube. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Take care.